Well, guys, it's a nice sunny day, opposite of yesterday, which is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. I'm gonna show you what's gonna go on today. All right, guys, and as you can see, Project Freetro here. I've not gave an update on this in a few days. Uh, the transmission is down and out in it. Uh, I need a torque converter or a automatic transmission for one of these cars. So I'm gonna put my email for channel in the description below. If you got one of these things, reach out to me. I need one. I also need it cheap, and I need a good one if we want to continue further testing with automatic transmission. I do have a 5-speed transmission that I could swap into it, but I don't have the shifter and rods, and I'm also missing, I'll have to have a 4-cylinder flywheel. A 3-cylinder setup will not hold this motor. But this video is not about this car, and as you can see, I have all the insides out of it. That'll be a later deal. But got Project Phoenix out. Since I didn't get to make the video I wanted to make the other day, we're going to get out today and we're going to drive this thing a little bit. We're going to talk about it a little bit, some pros and cons, and hopefully everything goes well. I'm going to take a few tools with me, just in case. And I still do have the engine cover off. So, haven't lost oil pressure. I drove it some yesterday morning. Everything's been pretty happy and cool. I've had a bunch of people comment saying that they think this is a wrap. If you go back to my build video, this is 100% paint. This is not a wrap. So, basically, guys, just an update video on Project Phoenix. I'm going to get out and drive a little bit, guys. I've really not drove it much since I put it together. Like I said before, I've kind of lost a little heart into it. I've kind of lost a lot of heart into everything. So, hard times come with, hard thoughts. So let's get it out, take it for a drive, and see what happens. Well, so far so good, guys. I've been out about 30-45 minutes now. I've been doing a little tuning. Got my laptop here in the seat with me. Got it pretty tweaked in. Still got a little bit more tweaking to do as far as drivability goes, but so far we've not lost no oil pressure and everything's been kind of going smooth. So let's keep driving. Well, guys, I drove about an hour and a half, and I decided to make a full pass in it. Look down, our oil pressure dropped again, so I'm carrying the oil out here. I know you can't really tell. And that's hard pieces of plastic from our oil filter failure. Thanks, Wix. And alright, as you can tell, I'm not very happy. I've strained that oil out about 5 times, and I keep just getting large, hard plastic chunks out of it, like the glue. If you remember, the motor was sludgy, but I did clean the motor out. I'm also seeing some other stuff in the oil that I'm not very happy about. So far, no response from them about their oil filter being a defect. No surprise there, right? So, I'm going to keep filtering it out. The good thing is, when it does lose oil pressure, it starts dropping, turn it off. It picks back up pretty quickly. I guess whenever the pickup screen becomes unplugged. So, not quite the day that I was expecting to have once again. I'm not going to let it kind of get me with my feelings today. I'm just going to keep straining and flushing oil through it until I stop seeing big chunks. And then I'm going to pour it back in it. And I'll probably go down and get a gallon or 2 of diesel and pour in it and let it run about 30-45 minutes. And flush it out real good. But don't really have to do that, so it may sit for a day or two. On a positive note, I did get quite a bit of tuning done. Tune's pretty close. Unfortunately, every time I run it hard, we lose oil pressure because the pickup tube gets plugged up. So, kind of tempting fate there to keep doing that. So, I don't know. Alright guys, as you can see I cut the STP filter open, and in typical frame fashion it's got cardboard ends, which is not unusual. I know you really can't see on the camera, but it's packed full of black plasticky looking stuff. That right there is what we end up with out of the filter. After filtering all that stuff, other than, you know, some loss, and there is a little bit of sludge in there. But there's a hard plastic pieces in here too. And the only place them hard plastic pieces came from were from our Wix filter, where we were missing the end cap and the glue started coming apart. So far, 2 oil changes down, thanks to them. I want to continue to reach out and maybe we'll get some kind of answer. The STP filter, on the other hand, done exactly what it was supposed to do, even though I don't like this design. You know, it filtered out all the stuff and the bypass worked properly. When the filters got almost clogged, it opened. So, not missing no pieces in the cheap oil filter. So, that said, I got the oil change back in it. Got fresh oil in it. Got 80 pounds oil pressure at idle. Let's try for round 2. It's kind of hard to see. We're out riding. I've got about 65 pound oil pressure at idle, which is way better than before. So let's see what happens. And alright guys, I've been out riding around a little bit in it. It does real well. Runs about 185 degrees. Idles like a stock car. And goes like heck. Let me flip the camera around. And alright. Now, even though it's not the video I wanted to make today, you know, get to learn a little bit something else about why the oil filter failed and the causes of it. But so far, it's doing real well. I got it out. And like I said, I drove it all day just when I've been working on it. I may actually have to pull the oil pan and clean the pickup screen out. While I've not lost oil pressure, it is dipping sometimes and you have to turn the car on, let it sit, and then it goes back to normal. So, you know, it is what it is. So, if you like this kind of content, make sure that you like these videos. Comment if you got anything to ask or say, and most importantly, subscribe. And I'm gonna get back in this thing. And let's head home. And alright guys, made it back home with little to no problem. I did go ahead and throw the stock seats out of Project Freetro into Project Phoenix just for now. I know the seat's all kind of jacked up, but I just want to see how it feels driving it with a stock seat in it. It was super hot today. It's Tennessee. It's fixing to be summertime. It's going to be super hot. So that black plastic race seat kind of makes your back a little sweaty. So I put them in there. Got seatbelt and passenger side. I'm working on the driver's side now. And I'm going to drive it this week. So we'll pop back in when there's another update. But until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know there wasn't a whole lot to it, but we'll see you at the next one.